Hello lovelies, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I am so grateful for you for clicking on this video, for watching this video. I thought I'd record a few clips over the last few days and do kind of days in the life of a spiritual girly and give some tips and things I do to stay regulated throughout the day. So I really felt like recording, been in a very motivated phase of my life. Honestly, right now it's the follicular ovulatory phase currently in my cycle, so I have a lot of motivation and a lot of energy, and I'm just feeling really called to recording more, to really committing more to YouTube. And I have been applying to some jobs, and some of them are not the ideal situation. But honestly, if everything works out ideally, then I will be committing 100% to this. But if I do end up starting to work like a full-time job, working like 30 hours a week and stuff like that, I will still try my very best, but it might be a little bit harder. But I'm really going to try to record a yoga video every Sunday. So Sunday yoga video time. And then I thought sometimes, weeks like this when I'm feeling more motivated, can do these recording videos and post them throughout the week whenever I feel like it. So, I know I was talking about it on my Instagram, which you can check out in the link tree in my bio. I was talking about some things that people would want, things that, videos that you're looking forward to, what you would looking, stuff like that. Sorry, I did not say that right. But, and some people were suggesting another morning routine video. I was talking more about like the more spiritual shower cleanse kind of video. Possibly like crystal grids. Brain went beep boop. Crystal grids, talking about that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely in the works, and we, are really hoping for kind of the best case scenario. So I'm currently doing my morning routine. It is not the morning. Some days when I have more time, I will do it slowly, kind of take a large chunk of the day to do it. That's kind of the other thing I've really learned with morning routines, is that every day is different. Different things you feel called to every day, and then there's some things that you feel more like, yeah, I want to do this every day. So every day my morning routine will look very differently. I've done already quite a bit, but I just finished doing my womb meditation. Guys, I love doing womb meditations so much. For me, the womb space, because it is such a big, first of all, there's so much healing that needs to happen within that space. I personally have a lot of trauma. It has a lot of the trauma towards sexuality, sex, all that kind of stuff. So just that connection is really helpful. It also is a super great connection to Mother Earth, to your ancestors, to your intuition. So I personally love doing womb meditations, and then I get my crystals going when I do them. So I love putting different crystals at my heart space, third eye, and then the womb space. Different crystals depending what crystals I have that are currently full of energy and don't need to be cleansed and whatnot. But I had some really intense dreams last night, and when I woke up, I kind of thought it was funny dreams. And then when I was doing that womb meditation there, I really realized that they're trauma dreams, and how much trauma I have within myself that I still need to release. And weird enough, one of them was a very sexual healing. So I haven't even thought about that for so long. And that dream completely made me remember how much when I was a kid, I used to torture myself over things that happened. So yeah, it was that meditation was kind of a little bit intense because I thought the dreams were funny, honestly. I was like, oh, just jazzy dreams. And then I was like, no, like this actually shows all of the emotions that I need to work on, that I need to release, that all of that. So that's another thing I really love with the womb meditations is asking them a question. Like just asking that space a question. And I have a channel that I have in my link tree that I think is the best way to just begin the practice. It's the way that has worked the most for me and has been the most impactful. So if you are more interested into that and you're into the spiritual meditation type stuff, I highly recommend looking at that link. So kind of just did some like life things, some work stuff that I always got to do. I put videos in my drafts and keeping things organized and planning shit and making this video and whatnot. But I decided to come outside in the backyard. I don't think if any of y'all have seen some of my first videos, a lot of my first videos were actually recorded out here. And that's because I was with my abusive ex at the time and we lived together, and my room did not feel like a safe place. It did not feel somewhere like I could do this. So everything I filmed outside. So I guess my schedule, sleep, waking up has been such a mess, honestly, recently, which definitely has to kind of do with all of the, like, how much stuff happened in August. It was a lot of pain, it was a lot of sorrow, it was a lot of stuff. I really fell back, and it's completely valid, and that's okay. I had a lot going on. It was very, very valid. The first time I dealt with grief from a really, really close stance, from the stance of somebody I see regularly. You know, I've lost people before, but they were always people that were at a certain distance. And that was kind of the first major loss, where it was somebody there all the time who's been there through so many events in my life, who's now gone. So it was really, really hard. But that's kind of why my sleep has been fucked. And I don't know when I'll get to a morning routine video, because honestly, when I wake up in the morning, my moods have been really, really wonky, honestly. It takes a second. I like really need to do my energy routine and whatnot, because it is what makes me feel better and feel the way I am and feel willing to record a video. So then I kind of finished my morning routine off by just sitting and chanting, meditating with Mother Earth. Honestly, my practice of singing with my drum and just making up beats and, you know, singing how I feel called to has been so healing to my inner child. I used to love playing fake concerts and all that stuff, pretending I was famous. So stuff like this is so healing. I really just kind of sit with Mother Earth. This practice has definitely really grown. It used to just be a 10-minute meditation, but now I like to incorporate singing, chanting, different mudras. Sometimes I'll really get into like using my hands to help balance my chakras and bring in different energies. But this practice has been so peaceful, kind of just taking that time with Mother Earth and bringing in that gratitude. Hello. So it is the next day. My hair is a disaster. I did not realize today was the full moon, but today is the full moon. So I am doing my little full moon routine. So essentially, kind of in the morning, I'll feel the energy out. So I have a whole bunch of books I like to read all about the moon, kind of figuring out what this full moon's energy is. I also watch some videos of people I like where they talk about the moon and whatnot. And then I'll go into Notion, where I have everything organized and whatnot, which huge piece of advice is getting Notion and using that as your like online journal board and whatnot, great idea. But yeah, then I kind of write some of my notes on there about the full moon, the energy, whatnot, and then depending on the day, depending what's going on in the cycle, how I feel, I might do some type of ceremony at night. With the full moon, a big part of it is releasing. So it would be some type of release ceremony. I also have this really beautiful book, Full Moon Yearbook, that specifically talks about the full moon energy of each month. And they sometimes in here have some really beautiful like tips. They have journal prompts. They have different practices and rituals. So sometimes I'll do the little rituals in this book if I feel called. But yeah. So I wanted to share some other little quick pieces of advice. So I just had like toner and I was cleaning up my face. And I was going to kind of say that you can bring spirituality into any practice. Anything, no matter how small, it can be just you making your coffee in the morning, imagining, with the ways you stir it, because it goes one way, it's releasing negativity, and then the other way, it's setting your intention. So it can be that. I know personally, I like, especially when I feel lazy, I'll just, when I wash my face or when I use toner, just kind of imagining that negativity being cleansed. Imagining, anything, all the oils and all of that my body sweat out through the night, that's all stuff that needed to be released. And this was the physical manifestation of that. So I'm washing it off. And at the end of the day, washing off all the stress of the day. So you can really make it that simple and that easy. It doesn't have to be complex. Swear I'm also going to kind of share, this is my altar in my room. I really need to clean it, but kind of here is my dedication to myself, to my spirituality, to Mother Earth. And then recently I have been getting into a lot of Krishna, so I have a lot of Krishna on here. But even something as simple as offering an apple or offering some type of food to your deity, like looking into what your deity likes food wise, and then offering that to them and then eating that can be a whole spiritual routine within itself. You can also offer any of your food just to Mother Earth. But yeah, I know when it comes to Krishna in particular, there's a lot of connection there with the Bhagavad Gita, and they're in that belief, they're a vegetarian, so there's a lot of rules of what to offer and what not to offer. But again, if you are somebody that's into Krishna consciousness, all that kind of stuff, fruit is always the easiest. So then I came out to do my little Mother Earth gratitude moment. I was dancing, and if you can hear, I was really in my own little world. I was vibing, I was grooving. Y'all jealous? So this full moon honestly feels really powerful. It feels like it's a lot of letting go of all this baggage, all this self-doubt and fear and lack of confidence, and really stepping into this place, into this new chapter where I believe in myself, where I have fun with life, where I quote-unquote kill the part that cringes and not the cringe, and I just follow my heart. And it feels so beautiful, and I feel so grateful for how far I've come and where I came from and where I'm at now. So this morning I actually decided to sit with Hape. It was a really beautiful experience. I let go of a lot of negativity and blockages within me, and kind of really just had fun singing, playing my drum, being like a silly child, and it was really fun. I actually recorded myself singing with the drum, which was so scary because my confidence with that is so bad. But yeah, this chapter feels really exciting, honestly. But thank you so much for joining me for these days of my life.